Hello, everyone, and welcome to the cottage, and welcome back to another episode of my Magickal Plant Series. And you guessed it, this is the very last episode in the series so far. Now, that's not to say that I won't get other herbs, because Lord knows I like to experiment. But as you can see, this blank space here, this is for my yarrow. And then we head into the essential oils. And well, I've already talked about all of those within my herbal series. So sadly, I've done all these herbs for you guys, outside and inside. So we've come to the conclusion of this beloved series. And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has left comments, left questions, and likes and subscribes, and especially those who have been inspired. Miss Tarot D, I'm talking to you. And all those who have learned from me. My gosh, I never thought in a million years that I would actually be teaching somebody something. I did this to kind of, keep track maybe of all the herbs that I have. And as Bobby says, I'm keeping an online grimoire. And the fact that you guys have learned something from me and maybe kind of inspired you guys to start working with herbs, that just warms my heart. And I love you guys so much. So without further ado-ing, this is yarrow, and yarrow has been in my garden, but it just doesn't grow enough for me to really harvest it enough to be using it plentifully in my personal practice. But I do have a couple of things that my wife has made out of what we have grown. So I'll be showing you that at the end of this episode. So yarrow is Achilles mellifolium. Gosh, I'm getting good at the end of this series with the Latin. I started out not very good, still not great, but at least I can pronounce it now. Wonderful. So yarrow has been around for millennia and has picked up tons of folk names, and some are quite humorous. So we have Achilles, arrowroot, bad man's plaything, carpenter's weed, death flower, devil's nettle, eerie, field hops, 100-leaved grass. You'll see why. Knight's milfoil, lady's mantle, milfoil, militaris, military herb, millifolium, noble yarrow, nosebleed, my favorite, old man's mustard, old man's pepper, sanguinary, 7 years love, snake's grass, soldier's woundwort, staunch weed, thousand-sealed woundwort, and yarrowway. Lots of folk names. So we are going to dive right into the folklore, and we're going to find out where all these names came from. We're going to dive into the medicinal, which is a lot, and magical purposes, which is a lot too, and learn all about yarrow. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. You just might learn something new. So the origin of yarrow, at least the Latin terminology, Achilles mellifolium, Comes from the Greek mythology, with Achilles honoring the hero Achilles, who supposedly used the plant to treat soldiers' battle wounds. We're already learning a little bit about those common names already. And millefolium, Latin for thousand leaves, describing its finely divided feathery foliage. Check this out. Look at all those wonderful leaves. Now, the common name Yarrow likely derives from older Germanic names, such as the Anglo-Saxon Jirwi or Old German Garawi, also referencing its many leaves or squirrel tail appearance. So if you compare the leaves to a squirrel's tail, they do kind of look alike. So in Greek mythology, the herb yarrow was considered so powerful, it was believed to bestow immortality on those who bathed in its waters. Now, according to legend, Achilles was one such hero, having been dipped in the yarrow-laced water of the River Styx by his mother when he was a baby. Bet you didn't know that. Alas, a spot was missed. Do you know the spot? His so-called Achilles heel. Yep, which would prove to be his fatal weakness in battle. Yarrow's Latin name, Achillea millefolium, still hints at this legendary association. Now, Saxons used yarrow as protective charms against evil, thieves, and illness, while it was hung in homes to ward off spirits. Now, in Ireland, it was used to repel the fae, and some believed hanging it could grant flight. I don't know. You guys probably tell me. Now, in England, yarrow was used in rituals like on Hallows Eve or May Day, when the veil was thinnest, to find true love, sometimes by placing it under a pillow. Known as soldier's woundwort, its ability to staunch bleeding made it vital on battlefields and in home remedies. Yeah. So you would rub it on a wound and it would stop the bleeding. True story. Now, Native American traditions, they would use yarrow as a life medicine by the Navajo and for purification by the Anishinaabe. There we go. Often as a poultice for wounds or for headaches. Now, it was used as a flavoring and preservative in beer before hops became common. And it doesn't smell too bad. I can buy into that. A lot better than mugwort. A lot better than mugwort. Oh, yeah. Now, yarrow was also considered an herb to avert evil spirits. And in the Fen country, people believed that if it were strewn on the doorstep, no witch would dare enter the house. The Irish used to hang it up on St. John's Eve to turn away illness and disperse spirits, and in many places, it was hung in the home for protection. When going on a journey, you were to pull 10 stalks of yarrow, keep 9, and throw the 10th away as a tithing to the spirits, and then put 9 under the right heel, and then evil spirits would have no power over you. Isn't that funny? Oh, I love learning these things and then telling you guys all about it. It's so funny. Now, in the garden, it is best reputed as a companion plant. Listen to this. When planted next to a sick or dying plant, its healing properties, its ability to balance the pH of soil, remove damaging minerals, and deter pests, can help cure its ailing partner. So you would plant it next to a plant that wasn't doing good, and it would heal it because it would like bring up the good nutrients from the soil. Isn't that awesome? Now, in East Anglia in the UK, this empathic ability is believed to extend to children as well. Bundles of yarrow were often tied above a baby's crib to ensure that the child grows up content and healthy, and to protect against changelings and witches. How about that? Now, due to its popularity as a medicinal plant, yarrow has been spread across the world by traders and grows so freely that there are multiple countries, America and the UK among them, who claim it to be a native to them. There are records of it in use in Native American medicine, in ancient Greece, and in China. The stalks, when dried, are cut and used in claromancy, divination by the casting of lots. Yep. Now, it's supposed that holding the feathered leaves of the plant to the eyes can grant second sight and allow conversations with spirits. So you would take a leaf and you would look through the fronds, and you were able to see spirits. Someone please try that. I'm dying to see. I'm dying to see how that works. All right, so medicinally, yarrow's reputation as an aid for wounds is an ancient one. Prior to the myth of Achilles, the plant was known at least as far back as 1599 as the soldier's herb. The many fine leaves that grow on this plant are an effective staunch for bleeding wounds, and the entire plant is rich as an antibiotic compound, which aid in disinfection. Isn't it amazing, the power of plants to do what we depend on medicine to do? When we don't have drugstores on the corner, we just go get some yarrow and put it on there. I love that people, oh, that's witchcraft. No, honey, it's medicine. It blows my mind that people, the non-believers, would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she would rub a plant on that. Well, that's what you did. That's the true medicine. Anyway, I digress. The fresh leaves can also be chewed to relieve toothache. Both fresh and dried leaves and flower heads can be used to make a tea, which can be sweetened with honey. The best way to have it. This can be drunk to ease melancholy, colds, and flu. Yarrow promotes a sedative activity on the nervous system. This will come up on personal uses, and is often employed as an antispasmodic for nervous dyspepsia. Yarrow is acclaimed for helping heal and tone the mucous membranes throughout the gastrointestinal tract. As a diaphoretic, yarrow will regularly be used for fevers and also helps with palpitations, painful menstrual periods, and convulsions, as well as being of use as a peripheral vasodilator, diuretic, and mild expectorant. As with any member of the Asteraceae or daisy family, there comes slight risk of possible sensitivity for some individuals, especially those with dermatological problems. As ever, always seek professional advice before using wild plants as medicine. Gotta have that disclaimer. Gotta have that in there. You know, for those people who we got to be safe for, right? Got to be safe. All right. Magical properties. Here we go. The element is water. The energy is receptive. The planet is Venus. And the day of the week it is most potent, Friday. Here it is, Friday. I'm filming. Yay. All right. Now, yarrow is a healing herb, a protective herb, and an herb of love. Yep, covers all three. It was hung over doors to keep fairies away and was a traditional wedding flower used to ensure a 7 years love. 7 years. And sprigs of yarrow added to a wedding bouquet blessed the union. Use yarrow sprigs to decorate a gift-wrapped present to make someone feel special and strengthen friendship. Add yarrow flowers to love sachets to encourage affection. Wish upon the first yarrow flower of the season to gain a favor. Yarrow also has energy to comfort the afflicted. Float flowers in the bathwater to calm a troubled mind. Brew an infusion of lemon balm and yarrow, yum, and sip to improve outlook. Yarrow is excellent for eliminating negativity from a person, place, or thing. Tuck a sprig of yarrow in your pocket before meeting with someone who annoys you to keep the conversation light. I so wish I had this back in middle school and high school. I guess I was always the sounding board for people, and I attracted the most annoying people. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm annoying or because I was very trusting. The world may never know. Add yarrow flowers to a vase of flowers for any family gathering to keep feelings positive. Grow yarrow down walkways to keep negative influences, unwanted guests, and pests away. In the garden, a large patch of yarrow indicates an area where there is a concentration of earth energy. Use this as a spot to ground or meditate. Yarrow tea improves psychic powers. It is associated with Venus, Mars, and Libra. When worn, yarrow protects the wearer, and when held in the hand, it stops all fear and grants courage. Washing the head with a yarrow infusion will prevent baldness, but won't cure it if it's already begun. It's too late, yo. It's too late. Give it up. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to grow back. So I dug up a little charm for you guys, a protection and courage spell charm. So what you'll need to do is have a small cloth, like a red flannel cloth or a muslin bag for this one. The purpose is to ward off negativity, enemies, psychic attacks, and to boost bravery. So you're going to place dried yarrow, just like this, in a small cloth like red flannel or sachet, and carry it in your pocket or wear it as an amulet. So you can get an even smaller sachet and wear it as a necklace. I like a leather one if I'm going to wear it as a necklace so I can tie it really tight. And then you're going to put these in a small cloth, and then you're going to say the incantation. And I'm going to put it up here so you guys can write it down. Here we go. This is a Scottish charm for strength or visibility. I will gather the fair herb yarrow, so that my speech will be as the beams of the sun, and my lips like the juice of the strawberry. May I be an island in the sea, a hill upon the shore, a rock upon the land. With the power of Yarrow, none can harm me. And you're going to say this as many times as you feel is your number. So what I mean by that is some people like to say things 3 times. Some people like to say things 9 times. Some people like to say things 7 times or what have you, to build up that energy. And once that energy is built, you're going to tie it and it's charged. It is ready to go. You're going to put it in your pocket or you're going to put it around your necklace. And I would charm this once every full moon. Okay? There's your protection and courage charm. It's a Scottish charm for strength and visibility. So there's your little spell to go with that. And you can add any other kinds. If you were going to add a crystal, I would say carnelian or citrine would go really good with this. So if you wanted to boost it with anything, that would be awesome. But you can add whatever you want to it, but that's not necessary. Some yarrow flowers is great. All right. Personal uses. You heard me talking about this with wormwood, but my flying ointment. This stuff is amazing. This is great before you go into trance or astral travel. It has, I do an infusion with grapeseed oil of sandalwood, mugwort, bay leaf, wormwood, poppy, and yarrow. And then I add, once that's done, I melt in some beeswax, let that cool a minute. And then I add sandalwood, mugwort, and yarrow oil in there with it. So you're getting those scents at the end. Love this stuff. It is great for even lucid dreaming before you go to bed. Now, I talked about this last time. It's best to be as open as possible. And by that, I mean nude as best as possible. That way you can put it everywhere. But some people are sensitive to that. So the best places to put it, your pulse points, your third eye, behind your ears, your throat, your occipital bone, your heart chakra, your belly button, your sacral if you can, and the bottoms of your feet for sure. So flying ointment, it's on my website for $15. And then I have my Sweet Dreams tea. This is $12 on my website. It has mugwort, chamomile, lavender, dandelion leaf, lemon balm, blue lotus, and yarrow. I've been drinking this before bed, and let me tell you, that yarrow mixed with the blue lotus, it's so delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. Little honey with it. Love it. Love it. So there's that. And then my protection oil. And let me tell you, if the flying ointment scares you, put the protection oil on as well. There you go. Not a big deal. The protection oil has white oak bark, angelica root, rue, sage, vervain, nettle, spearmint, and then it has lavender, dragon's blood, and yarrow essential oils in it. This is for the big baddies. I don't pull any punches with my protection oil. This is one of the first oils I ever made. I am a stickler for protection. I don't fool around. So we all need protection. If you're worked with energy of any kind, which means any witches who work with deities, fairies, energies, divination, or spirits, need to be using protection. Just saying. You know it. All right. And then my back off bitch oil. This is my big time banishing oil. This gets put in my banishing candles. Soon they will be on my website, but it's hard to ship them because I worry about them melting before they get there. So soon, guys. But the back off bitch oil is my big baddie banishing oil. I love it. It works so effectively that people run away from me when I wear it. It is a blend, so it has grapeseed oil and then fennel, yarrow, dragon's blood, angelica root, and black pepper essential oils. It also does not pull punches. And then last but not least, my wife's calendula wound stick. This stuff stops bleeding on contact. It looks like a lip balm, but it's not. It has a calendula grapeseed oil base and yarrow leaf powder. So she collects the yarrow leaf, dries it out and powders it and puts it in here with that oil and combines shea butter with it and lavender essential oil, because lavender essential oil is antibacterial. So she covers all her bases. This stuff is amazing. I think Selena, Essence of the Moon, has some of this and she's in love with it. She loves it. So this is really good if you're like me and a nail biter. And if you bite a little bit of your cuticle, you can just rub it on there. Stops the bleeding. Amazing. Also, $7 on my website. There's a lip balm drop down, and this is one of the choices. So this stuff is amazing. It's different than my calendula wound heal because that does not have any yarrow in it. So you're going to want that stuff. Calendula wound stick. Okay. And it has, this is how you know it has a little red cross. It should be in all of your first aid. It should be in a little first aid kit everywhere you go. Awesome. So that is what I have for you for Yarrow. Again, I've so enjoyed doing this series. And when I get any more herbs, if I have room, I will absolutely do another episode. But I've so enjoyed this episode. I've so enjoyed this series. I've so enjoyed your comments, your encouragement, and just to know that I have helped you guys and encouraged you guys means the world to me. And I thank you from the bottom of my green heart, honestly. So please give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see my other videos. I still have another series going on, my Celtic Tree OM series. So if you would like to learn more about trees, they're still in my green family. So there's still plants. There's still more to come with that series as well. But hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I still have lots of things that I want to discuss with you, a lot of things I want to show you. There's still more from the Veiled Cottage Witch. Please don't think this is my last video. You've not seen the last of me, I promise. Please hit up my website at theveiledcottagewitch.com. You can book a reading from my reader, Bobby Fierro, over at Wild Raven Tarot. He's amazing. You can book a service. I do energy work now. You can book a workshop, book a class. A lot of my classes can be done online, so just hit me up a message. We will get that scheduled for you. You can shop my Herbal store where you can shop holistic healing products or ritual and spell age. Just remember to plug in that code word at checkout, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That is my gift from me to you just for watching my videos. So don't forget to do that. You can send me a little tip if you'd like, just to financially support this channel. It is not necessary, but it sure is appreciated. So don't forget to do that. Otherwise, live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.